Have you ever died in a fight due to hesitation or getting caught up in the moment and freezing up? In Valorant, everyone knows the best move while fighting is usually the strafe shooting. But there is another aspect to our fundamental footwork that needs to be utilized well. If you ever caught yourself asking, what should I be doing now, when you're in or after a fight, just remember this one tip to help guide you. Repositioning. It doesn't necessarily mean rotating. It can, but not always. Rotating is when you are abandoning your post in an area of the map to help go fight or secure a different area. Repositioning is, simply put, when you are moving to a different spot. A general good rule of thumb is anytime your current position is known, shift around and reposition, move around. It can be as simple as taking a few steps, going from one corner to the other, or from one cover to the next. Just don't be standing in the exact same spot when you get found out, because being a sitting duck will make you an easy kill for the enemy. And likely end up in a death, which will lose that map control for your team. There's a lot of situations where your current position will be known and you need to reposition. They can simply just spot you, you can make noise, or they used some piece of utility, or you take a fight where nobody dies, or you land a kill. In most cases, if your position is compromised, you do not want to be standing in the exact same spot, and especially if you land a kill, repositioning is what can allow you to follow up with those multi-kills. When you land a kill, the first thing the enemy does, they're going to call out to the rest of their team where you were. So be clever and use that to your advantage if possible. Sometimes, even moving a few steps can be enough to throw off someone's crosshair placement, enough for you to win a fight. And with your positioning, every inch matters and every second matters, because even though they call out where you used to be, it's kind of surprising how many people still get caught out, even if they're halfway expecting you. So let's go over some real life examples, starting off with Som's masterclass display of fundamental footwork, repositioning, etc. So at this point, the enemy Omen threw a blind from Waterfall, and Som has two options. He can try to push into him and face hug him so that he can still see him through the blind, or just back up. Pushing is obviously risky if he has a teammate behind him, the Omen. So he bunny hops around the corner and he knows somebody came out because he got shot at, and the Omen oversteps his bounds, gets caught out. He shot at this KJ, Som, so he should have expected him there, but he was probably looking for his other teammates or just made an assumption that KJ ran further back and gave himself up for free. The enemy Viper Molly comes in and the Skydog, and just notice how Som keeps showing himself one way and then popping up his head in a different way. He's basically playing whack-a-mole with them, isolating 1v1s, just taking any chance, any shot that he can get. He ISOs one, and as soon as he does, gets back into cover, and he's holding down a nice right-hand peek right here. The Sky has to go into like a left-handed peek and expose a lot of their body, which allows Som to get this wallbang headshot, and then he just reappears from a different angle once again and gets the last hit. In this next clip, we start off with a miracle miss on the result. I started strafing right and then I changed direction left, so either I die or my teammates die, but not all three of us. So I get a nice triple spray down, pop my ult to see what direction KJ is in, and then I flash in front of a courtyard to break her line of sight, grab the bomb, and then run away. At this point, I'm looking at the minimap trying to see where my ult is going, just so I get a general idea where she's at. And we now know she's somewhere upper B. As soon as I turned the corner here, I noticed her alarm bot is offline, but I knew she was upper B, so she probably headed that direction and then went back towards A. The reason I didn't opt to go for C is because once I found out exactly where she is, I didn't want to lose track of her, so I just take the fight straight up, just to try to have a better idea on how to track her movements. So I hold for the upper B walkout, but her bot's still offline, and I break it to let her know I'm in here, and then I can assume where she's coming from. As I'm planting, I get an idea to use bait and deception, so I planted off to the side towards Waterfall, and I made sure to throw a flash that way, which I'm sure she hears and sees, so her focus is going to be towards that direction. My reads were correct, she was still around the upper B area, and we catch her for an easy clutch as she walks out. And this next one is defense pistol round. We're rotating over as it's looking to be like a A-B split. I turned to check C for a sec, but realized their whole team is here. So they've taken Broken Door and I have to hold on to B main, being careful not to be too overcommitted. Land a nice one tap, so I'm confident to fight the next guy because I still have teammates near me. We clear out B main, we're holding the bomb, so now we're just chilling waiting for the broken door guys. We're both holding the choke, so the enemy jet dashes, tries to create space and separation. Unlucky for us, we trade. Now the instant he dies, I know their Omen is going to be hot on her heels trying to trade, so I instantly back up while still having my crosshair trained on that area, and I'm fully anticipating his swing, and I knew he was lit, so it was very low pressure and an easy kill that even if I didn't land, I would have had a good opportunity to play the objective. So in this next one, we're trying to get the chamber off of his angle. Gecko's flash missed, Rain of Flash didn't go out. So after his first shot, I take space up and catch the chamber off guard with repositioning. We're waiting for the smoke, but the Gecko molly forces my hand. Omen sees me moving up and blinds, and I notice the Gecko, so I run him down while he's blind. I get shot from the back, turn around for the quick one tab on Raze, and the last two are on the mound, guarding the bomb. So at this point, I know they're both holding me on mound, so I prep a satchel so I can do a super fast blast pack swing. And the shots were so close, would have been a nice ace. So in this next one, we're taking tree room. Our Omen just found info on the jet on tree. I missed the surf jump on the door, but luckily dodged jet's bullets and get the trade. So we take site here, and I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but I try to dog up here and go up the rope, realizing my mistake. I just get off it so I can have my gun out and don't accidentally die. Now I was trying to flash and peek for my teammate jet right here, but as soon as I flash, he went down. The enemy sky ult and dogs are coming in, so I had to give up a little ground. Right then we're all hit with the paranoia, so I just tuck in sight, don't make noise. This is all strictly positioning and repositioning. During their paranoia, they were able to push back sight and take out my Omen, and they know my last known location because we killed the chamber together when he dropped. So instead of me re-peeking the same spot where I was found out, I'm gonna try to opt to wrap them around sight. So I set out to make my move, notice my teammate is smoked off, and I notice Omen trying to sneak out of stairs, and I take him out. KJ gets the next guy holding my cross on sight, but then over peeks a little bit. So now the enemy Reyna knows that I'm somewhere on sight, that I'm probably wrapping, but he doesn't know which way I'm coming from. And that's the point. That 50-50 mix-up is enough to cause enough doubt for the enemy and brings me enough space to close it out. In this next one, we're taking C against an anti-eco, and I missed my window to get a safe plant, so we're kind of stuck on bend corner here because I had to help heal and help my team. So this situation is kind of a stalemate. There's only two ways to go for both the enemy and us. I get tagged, but I get the kill on KJ, and I'm trying to heal, but right then my teammate walked out and the enemy peeked. So now it's a 1v1, and you're gonna see that there's a lot of mind games going on with positioning. We both know where each other are, and we both know it's gonna be hard for either of us to run at the other person. However, time is not on my side, so I have to be the one to make the move, but I also have to be careful not to get caught out. So I'm sitting behind this pillar, staying out of sight from the Gecko so he's not sure exactly where I am. And then when I re-peek, he's not there. So he's checking the other side, making sure I'm not wrapping. So while he's doing that, I try to take space, and then I get caught, so I back up again. So once again, we're in neutral. So I tap the spike again, trying to get a reaction. He tries to spam me, luckily it doesn't hurt. And now finally, this is the turning point. We both go for reloads behind cover, and I'm quickly running out of time, so I know I gotta do something fast. Because I started my reload first, I can move out a little faster before him, and I heard him reloading as well, so I start taking space right away. Long story short, by the time his reload is done, my repositioning 100% caught him off guard. In this next one, I smoke off A main for my team, and I see the jet walking up into it. I'm basically staring at my radar or minimap. As soon as he goes down, I go for the refrag, and luckily I have a phantom, so I don't have any problem spraying through. Dump some more util in front of A to try to slow him down, but to no avail. Because my teammate already has control of upper heaven, I rotate back towards stairs just to make sure we don't get pushed, and to try to attack from a different angle. So I hear the sky ult coming towards us, and I'm actually spamming for it, but I kill the sky instead. I go for a bit more spam, and I drop a star just to make it look scary to try to pick up that spike. And as soon as the astral wall goes down, I start to try to go for a reposition here. Even taking those little steps right there probably saved my life and created a bit of an off angle for me for that enemy raise. And I would have been able to see them cross back if the raise didn't swing right then. Our round start was scuffed, so I try to take space back out at A side again, catch the jet pushing forward, and then I try to push through A side.
Hey, they went you there. It was like water.
It eventually becomes a 1v3 with bomb down A main, so I wrap back around, but with time low, pretty much forced to go A here. So I'm making my way over to A, break his cam, take free shots at him. Luckily his teammate doesn't insta-kill me, so I'm able to adjust for him. But with so much pressure and time being so low, I didn't really account for his repositioning, which was good on him. Even though I know he can obviously do that, it was a good move and good pressure with the clock winding down, causing me to mess up. In this last clip, we start off by taking a duel at mid doors, set the tone, pre-aim, swing, insta headshot. I throw a smoke for the mid cross just to keep the enemy guessing. I didn't really feel like taking mid by myself, so I go with the rest of my team. We all get scanned and I have to wait for that. I hear someone shooting close, so I challenge, disengage, and when I hear them keep shooting, I re-swing while their recoil is like all over the place. Now you can tell from the way that I swing this that I was not expecting this guy to be that close. I was expecting him to be more somewhere like yellow or stairs. So I get caught off guard. That's why I kind of just commit to the crouch spraying. Luckily he had a sheriff and he whiffs. We catch a glimpse of one guy in front of yellow, take a couple shots at him, and I don't mind letting him know that I know that he's there, and it's a chance at free damage. If he knows that I know where he is, I feel like a lot of people will try to like play safe or slow, waiting for their teammate or something. So he's gonna be somewhere in that general area, I figure. And he already knew where I was. So now since I repositioned, now I'm keeping quiet, now I'm sneaking up on him, checking like all the immediate pathways he could have took. Then I catch a glimpse of him as I jump up right on stairs. So I go for the bomb plant because I figure this guy's flanking either mid or main, because if he was with his teammate Fade, I feel like they would have shot at me the first time around. So I jump real quick to see if he's mid, instinctively take a shot to mask my landing sound, which could be a misplay, but I've literally just planted, so he has an idea where I am anyway, and it might have even thrown him off if he's unsure of if I saw him or not. And at the very end, controlling my strafes using the silent step, I catch a glimpse of him, and based off that, with reaction, I do another quick burst strafe towards the right, outside wide, while adjusting my aim for his head, and using that window where you're accurate while going the opposite direction, and close it for the team.
Nice.
You should have seen your faces.
Flank.
It's fast. 80 flank. Phrase.
Last player standing.
80 left.
Enemy remaining.
My
Zebra.
Like I never left. One enemy remaining.
Nice
I thought you had it, bro. Blocked in for a second.
The trip.